Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games here, doing my comic book review of the week. Tonight, we're doing the West Coast Avengers, #1. I don't know who's familiar with this older title nowadays, relatively speaking, but it's always been kind of a fun thing to see kind of the alternate team of the Avengers. Now this one, of course, based on the cover, we're going to have Iron Man, War Machine, Firestar, Spider-Woman, and Ultron, which that in itself is weird. I have not kept up completely with what's been going on with Ultron, but my understanding is he's been overlaid with the mental engrams of Hank Pym, so hopefully that is a good improvement. But we'll get into that as we go through. This book is brought to us by Gerry Duggan and Danny Kim. Well, our story starts with a terrorist attack on the building and two people who did not make it out, a mother and her child, and they are saved by Ultron. And he proceeds to apprehend the Sovereign Sons operatives that did the explosion. And then we cut to Tony Stark driving an extremely expensive car to a warehouse where he starts getting attacked. And he's digging through an old box. And just a little funny little side note here. You'll see what he's throwing out of the box as he's digging into it. And that looks like an old Vision cape and Wonder Man's old jacket. And what he's digging out is an old case. And it's got an armored suit in it. He even points out, he said, I might be a couple pounds heavier than I was when I last wore, talking about the armored suit. Then the bad guys show up. And he is wearing the Silver Sentinel outfit with 2 batteries strapped to it to give it power. I mean, car batteries, literally. Only minor complaint is the Silver Sentinel armor. It's not really colored very silver. That's one little, I don't really like complaining about artist interpretation, but that isn't really what I call a silver. It's more of a gold. So, he gets in a fight with him. He actually tries to use the repulsor beam, and it fizzles out because there's not enough power in the 2 car batteries to fire it. So, the guy goes, out of juice, huh? He goes, yeah, but I never run out of fist. And then one of the goofiest looking things in the world is this image right here. I'm going to try to zoom in on this one a little bit. Iron Man is riding a scooter with the battery strapped to his armor suit. And he's wearing a helmet. Now, why, if you're wearing a bulletproof armored suit, would you need a helmet? Okay, just a little nitpick, but it's so goofy. I think it was actually done for the goofy effect. We also have Blue Bolt, a lightning criminal who basically they're trying to do a work release program. And Tony gets him to fire him up, give him some electricity. They get ready to take out, or no, I shouldn't say take out. They're going to try to negotiate to get the Sovereign Sons to release hostages they have. Blue Bolt decides that he can take care of it by using his electrical powers. However, he hits a gas main, causes a huge explosion. Nobody dies, but it's all they can do to basically capture everybody. Actually, not capture, save everybody from the explosion. Then we go to Blue Bolt, who's in the hospital all mangled up because he saw an explosion near himself. And he's taking credit for basically having helped save the day. And his roommate is leaving because, unfortunately, she is dying of cancer. After she leaves the deal and kind of, tells Tony, I'm going off to, do what I have to do. Spider-Woman asks for a ride, and Jessica basically tells Tony, like, this is not working. Your idea is falling apart. It's only a matter of time for people to figure out that it's Ultron that's helping us, regardless of the reason why he's helping us. So he's like, okay, well, yeah, Blue Bolt's kind of a bust. I'm going to reach out to somebody. So he calls Starfire. Now, I have to admit, Starfire, I grew up watching Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, so Jessica Jones is one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics who does not get enough time in the comics. And she is at a bar, basically drinking her troubles away for what happened to her in the whole Fall of X storyline. But she's going to go help him anyway. Then we get to the very end, and the lady with cancer has gone off, and she's seeing the other Ultron, the one not influenced. And he is now trying to save humans his way. And once she commits to him saving her, he snaps her neck, incinerates her body except for her head, and then attaches her head to a robotic body. Which, when we get to the final page, we find out he's been doing that a lot. And as you can see, the next issue is the Gospel of Ultron. So, obviously, we're going to be having Ultron versus Ultron as going to be our main catalyst of the story, and Tony Stark and Rhodey trying to rehabilitate both superheroes and villains into the West Coast Avengers. I think it's a pretty neat idea. It's kind of a fun read. I'm curious to see how it's going to go. Really do like the overall, the whimsicalness of the art. I think it kind of fits the tone of the book. So please check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you next week. Avengers Assemble.